The date is Saturday, September 18th, 11:05. I received a letter from a knock on my door. Witness of server. September 21. This is my response to the letter, seeing that I have a difficult time spelling and writing with the nerve damage in both my left and right arm, as well as L4, L5 back fusion that is now sunken into my bones due to osteoporosis, as well as L3 needing a back fusion as well, but can't until the osteoporosis is correct. The pain that I'm in, it causes mind-altering pain throughout the day. Yeah, it's riding on a bunch of nerves. Like right now, I feel sick to my stomach because I don't really want to do this. I want to lay down and go to sleep. But with the bipolar and everything else, I know that this needs to be done in a timely manner. It says you are in breach of your lease for the following reasons. On or about August 18th, 2021, when your landlord, director of the property management, Perry, I can't pronounce his last name, assistant manager, Jane, can't pronounce her last name, were walking through the lobby at 400 North Monroe, Green Bay, Wisconsin, where you are a tenant at Unit 1, or A Unit 1, number 1011. You confronted both about wanting to operate a business out of your unit and repeatedly asked to permit to do so, which was declined because Mr. Harris, or Handers, Harenda, and Jane explained that they were in a meeting and would need to get back to you after researching it. You continued to demand an immediate response and did not rapidly accept Mr. what's his first name again? Perry, and Jane's polite refusal to address the matter immediately. The conversation only ended when Mr. Perry and Jane walked into the private site. This is not correct. They were in the hallway. They weren't in a meeting. And I was polite asking. And I did not push the matter. I just asked because it's been months since I've gotten a response. Since November, when I asked for the second time. The first time was with our first manager that I first moved in with, whoever that was, the very, very first one. And it was about picking dandelions, and she had no problem with it. Just as long as it wasn't over the $200 mark, and if it hit $200 in a month, I was supposed to report. And I had no problem doing that, which I did not end up selling any of the dandelions that I picked. And then with the last manager, Peggy, I asked her about my candy card. Baked goods are legal to do underneath the pickle bill, so I asked, and she said that would be fine. Now, understanding that I was here for over 3+ years, where there's 2 other residents that would take over the whole community room, the whole room, that is a 50 by 50 room, the whole room with their jewelry for sale. I just want the same opportunities and privileges as everyone else. That's the only reason why I kept on asking. It was November when I asked and spent my stimulus check money on baked goods to sell to the residents with a business license. I will correct this in the matter that you speak. If you said that I was pushing the matter, I will not bring it up anymore. I am under doctor's orders of Dr. Tan, and he gave me the order to start a garden, and that is what I'm doing to reduce my stress. In addition, I added this to Dr. Tan that I would like to reframe myself to my apartment due to the high elevation of nerve damage and my mood swings on being mistreated. When I'm mistreated, I get upset. And I felt like I was being mistreated in this situation, seeing everybody else had the right to sell goods in the building, in the community room. I would like the same thing. But I'm dropping all of this due to the fact that I need to reduce stress for myself. So I will restrict myself to my house due to all the pain that I'm in right now. I need to. I am waiting on a wheelchair. So I hope that is sufficient enough for that. I will not bring up the owning or operating a business or whatever. I do have my business license though. I hope that's more than enough. I will never mention it. I will never ask. I will never post any signs of selling. I will not ask any residents on if they'd like to purchase any goods that I have for sale. Anything like that. Nothing. The only way a person would ever be able to buy anything from me is through a website. That's not advertised anywhere in the building. On or about 9/20/21, approximately 2 p.m., we got Jane meets with you in the community room at 400 North Monroe to sign certification letters. Proceeding with all HUD tenants, Jane reminds you that we have a strict drug policy. During the course of signing your recertification, call for an emergency, adjourn the meeting for more than 10 minutes to handle an emergency. During the break, you put on very dark sunglasses and your behavior had changed completely. Refusing to take off the sunglasses, keeping your forehead down with your chin to your chest, pushing paperwork back to Jane in an extreme rude manner, as signing was upsetting and bothering you. Like I explained before, I have nerve damage in my arms. It's hard to control what they do sometimes. But for the glasses, these are special glasses that I purchased. They're very expensive. They're UV and LED blocking light for my eyes. For I have extreme eye pressure in my eye sockets from the nerve damage that is in my back, and the fact that the cage is not supporting that area, it causes me severe migraines. I will release any medical release form that you would need to confirm this. As for the mood change, I was still under stress from when I first walked in the room and Jane was trying to get me to sit on a hard plastic chair. As I was walking over the computer room, she was yelling at me, "No, sit over here." I still proceeded to grab the computer chair, wearing my back brace in plain sight. I need the comfort of the cushion, and she was trying to remove that chair from me, and I was still having emotional issues with that from the first meeting that we had. But I will correct this as well as it is written. I no longer will have any interaction unless need be with Jane. Everything will be done in paper form and handed through her office window. I don't presume that I was rude, but if I was, I apologize. It was due to high stress and high amounts of pain. If you would need a medical release form, I would not have any problem signing one. On September 10th, we conducted a tour. They were conducting a tour. You aggressively ran towards Perry and Jane. Personal social distance space, and forced Harris to accept your business card after. Continued to yell at Mr. Harris and shouting that she is one who lied I have her telling lies and eventually moved away. I was under great stress from the incident with Jane, and I will correct both of them by staying into my apartment more often under the direct contact of Mr. Tan from Brown County Mental Health Center, Dr. Tan. I don't think I forcefully gave my card to him. I extended my hand with the card in my hand, and he graciously took my card from my hand. I did not force my card on him. And as it's written, I apologize if this caused any disturbance whatsoever. I don't think I was yelling. I was expressing deep concern from the emotional stress that was just over from the chair being pulled away from me from Jane, and I'm just going to ratify this whole situation by isolating myself for this and for medical reasons. The nerve damage and everything else on top of it is too much for social interacting where I feel like I'm being abused or mistreated. Sorry for